On step 4, we are going to get ready to top stitch all the way around our project. You've turned your corners out. You've ironed all the way around your project so that it lays flat, so that the lining material does not show on the front along the edges. So the edge of the lining and the edge of the outer fabric should be even with each other without one rolling forward. You don't want this to show on the outside. You want both edges to be even with each other, but when you're laying your project flat, you don't see yellow on this side, you don't see white on this side. Take your time on ironing. Once you get the hang of it, it'll only take you a couple of seconds. Okay, the next step is to take and fold the top and the bottom flaps. Again, the measurements for these specifically will be on your written instruction sheet, but I believe it's the same on your written instruction as you can see on this. The top flap should be about 2 1/4 inches long, and I want you to go across and measure on each end and in the middle to make sure that you actually have turned down the flap to the right amount. You're going to turn up the bottom flap and again do the same thing. Measure at least 3 places across to see that you have turned this up correctly and evenly. And then I would recommend that you take time to put a pin, at least one pin, in each of the corners to hold those in place so that as you go to the next step, the corners won't move out of alignment. Okay, the next part of this step is to go around your project, and you are going to stitch again as it will be shown on your instructions. And what you're doing is called an edge stitch, and you literally are sewing right along the edges. And I'll give you an example of that, or next I'll show you an example. But you want to go around the square, all the way around, even down in this part, all the way down. Then you are going to come back and you are going to sew down this edge from this side of the flap straight down to this side of the flap. Okay, so we're going to have sewn all the way around the outside edge and then down this edge. Now where you left your bag project unsewn so that we could turn it right side out, make sure that you take those edges and you tuck them under so that they're each turned under a half of an inch, turned under a half an inch, and then put together and ironed. It shouldn't, once it's sewn, you should not be able to see where that opening is.